Hey guys, Infidel1258 here. Today I want to talk to you about the best way to extract reward for your time and attention with Splinterlands, and it's going to be, to me, playing in wild. It's not modern right now. And I'm not talking about what sort of opportunities per win, how much SPS you can get. I'm just simply talking about the complicated nature of figuring out what modern even is. I recently did a ranked battle video, and in that I did a little conversation around how complicated and difficult it's been to sort of strive for success in the modern, because some of the go-tos that I'm familiar with are gone. Can't play with Untamed. That changes a lot of things in terms of some of the summoners and some of the cards I used to lean on, and some of the combinations too. It's all different. And not only that, but some of you have these rebellion cards that are game changing, that are sort of meta redefining. And I think that's a hurdle I need to overcome as a guy who doesn't have them yet. And so then I started to feel, I just made the leaderboard in Diamond for the Modern League last season. And with 4 days left, I'm nowhere near. It's not gonna happen. So what's different? I mean, can I get there? Do I just need to rent a key card? Let's talk about the difference between then and now and how I'm going to use the Wild League to get the most out of Splinterlands right now, despite not having, almost because I don't have those important Rebellion cards. Let's get to it. Before we do though, my name is Dwayne Cunningham. I go by Infidel1258. You can call me 12. Leave comments below. Drop comments or questions on any video you want. I will try to read them, and if I do read them and then turn them into a video, I would like to say thank you. So consider leaving your IGN, and I might just do that. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, let me just show you where I'm at. I've been playing Modern for a while, and I often play in Champion in Modern. In fact, Champion 2 is very common for me to reach, and that's with me playing myself, not using bots or battle helpers. They're not even allowed in Modern, so I don't do that. In the wild format, I have in the past used bots. Right now, I'm not, because I don't want to pay a fee. I don't want to pay a portion of my winnings to Xbot or anything like that. I just play by myself, and I'm enjoying that. I'm loving this game more than I have in a long time. I'm playing it. I'm attentively attending, playing every single day, trying to fight that energy. As you can see, I'm at 49, so we got to play a few battles. But the maximum rewards, they have been in Modern, and I just don't think they are right now, because I just can't find the recipe for victory. And the meta has shifted so dramatically. And some of the cards that I can lose to are so amazing. Grim Barden Smith here. Watch this battle. This is a battle me versus the new Rebellion meta. Look at this thing. This is, Thorns damage. Let's slow it down a little. Thorns on everybody, no magic monsters available. So I go and I drop a really strong Chaos Knight in the first position with the shield, and with there being no opponent magic, that feels strong. Plus it's got the Inspire, which is helping out my Carnage Titan. Both of them have shield, making them more resilient against the Thorns. I'm not so scared about Thorns because of that. I brought an Archer back here with the speed increase, which is always juicy. Got another speed increase from the Soul Fiend. And I'm thinking Martyr intentionally to die and give the buff to the Carnage Titan. Now I made one mistake in that I put the Soul Fiend in front of the Naga Assassin. It would have been great if my Naga was kicking out 3 damage. That would have been 2 landing on the Grim Barden. But look at this Grim Barden just keep going. It just takes the licking and keeps on ticking. And this card too, by the way, which I do have, I think it's a Rift Watcher card, that stun and that kit is amazing for 5 mana. But this is the story here. This is the victor. This is the shining star in this battle. It's so resilient with the shield, with the void, with the self-repair, with the immunity. You can't stun this thing. You can't poison it. You can't afflict it. This is an amazing card, and that's why the price has been shooting to the moon on this thing. Grim Barden Smith is clutch, and it's one example of how Rebellion is changing radically the meta in the Modern. And I think in Splinterlands generally, this card will be effective in Wild. So I go, after I lost this battle, I thought, I got to buy this card. That's what I thought. But you know as well as I do, the price on Grim Barden is shooting to the moon. Grim Barden Smith is up around past $3. Grim Bar, it's past $3. There it is, $3.36. A couple days ago it was $2. A couple days, when it came out, it's like $1 whatever. And you need 115 of these things to make it max level. So that's no joke. That's an expensive card, man. Like, look at this, the max level copy right here. That's a deal. At $375. It's a great card. It's an exceptional card, but I am not going to spend $375 on one card. Not unless and until my other assets spike in a massively radical way. This is a separate conversation. I don't want to make this video entirely about Grim Smith. Again, I'm talking about why I'm moving out of, I want to talk about the conversation between modern and wild and where the maximum benefit to play is. But it's important to look at this card because it's part of, it's like an example of why my logic makes sense in moving out of modern. See, this thing is just so powerful, and it's really impactful within modern because there is such a limited selection of cards within modern right now, right? You've got most people are running a chaos deck with a few Rift Watchers, maybe a full Rift Watcher deck if you're lucky. And then you've got a few of these rebellions, maybe some of the key ones. Maybe you've got a huge rebellion deck. I don't know anybody who has a max rebellion deck. It's a huge cost, about $8,000 to get a max rebellion deck. But cards like this are key. They're that important. It's absolutely game changing. And the expense of this, though, I'm not going to spend $400 on a single card when it's not even a summoner. It's not even going to, it's just, that just doesn't work for me unless, and I dropped this on X. Recently on X, I made a video, or I made a post right here yesterday, 10 hours ago. Did I miss an opportunity already? No. Lagging assets will eventually pump, allowing acquisition of leaders. Hopefully. And this is a hopefully, big hopefully. So I'm talking about Grim Smith, and this card's over $3. And it's like, did I miss the boat? Am I never going to get it now? So $400 for this thing? Yeah, for now. But here's the thing. Grim Smith is a leader. It pumped quicker than some of the other cards. What happens when SPS when SPS reaches into a place of, 50 cents? I bet this card will not, from this point forward, do you think Grim is likely to 20x? I don't even think that's possible. Like, it's not even in the conversation of reality. But I do think it's in the conversation and possible future for SPS. Going from 3 cents to 60 cents. Is that possible? I absolutely think it is. And so do you see how this is a leader? It pumped first, but that doesn't mean I won't have an opportunity at a future date when other assets, which I also hold, can pump themselves, catching up to or surpassing the pump of Grim Smith, allowing me to move into this opportunity. That's my future, my hope anyways. And with that, all that said, I just kind of said, I'm not going to try and rush into modern. I'm not going to try and rush into rebellion in order to achieve a high level of success in modern. What about if I go fight in wild? And I've been maintaining a high level of success over here. Like even recently I would play half my battles in modern, half in wild. And I would do that so I could fight in the leaderboard within the modern and simultaneously come over here and have some fun when I still have energy to burn. That allows me to unlock more daily chests while not sacrificing my leaderboard position in modern. That's no longer an opportunity for me. I cannot fight for leaderboard, period. That conversation's done until I supply myself with key rebellion cards at least. So let's try wild. And I'm finding this is possible. And by the way, with wild, there are some, not only do I have some cards that I was going to just kind of put on land and maybe one day will, but right now I haven't. So I can have that success over here. Plus, by the way, rental cards for the wild have really come down. Some of the most, alpha, beta, promo, even Untamed Kitty, some of the best summoners in the game have really fallen in price tag from a rental perspective. And I'm sure from a buying perspective also. I can't show you either of them right now, but I recently rented the legendary summoner for the water splinter that allows +1 speed, +1 magic damage, +1 hit point, and also Kitty. I rented both those amazing summoners. Kitty was 400 DC and Valinor was 200. Valinor's price at 200 is pretty much normal. Kitty at 400 is really cheap. Last season, Kitty would have cost me 1,200, 2,000, something like that. So because it's out of modern, it's a huge price tag decrease. Let's submit our team here quick. So so I'm able to come over here and win. Now, I guess the point is something like, I don't have rebellion, and it actually is a key part of what would take to be sort of a leaderboard succeeder in that modern. And I actually don't really have Rift Watchers either. So again, I'm not as strong as I need to be to have the thriving, the success that I want there. Whereas within Wild, while I'm also not fully equipped, and Rebellion would be key and impactful here too, I have to admit that having access to Rebellion is not a do or die here. It probably isn't. It isn't do or die there either. But leaderboard success is. I'm gonna need it. I don't think I'm gonna make leaderboard in the Wild either. I guess what I'm seeing is it's not so much that I'm going to have greater opportunity within Wild, but it's more like I have greater opportunity for entertainment, for ongoing victory, for playing in ways that I already know, because there's a whole learning the new meta that I haven't yet mastered, and the meta is changing because we don't even have the cards yet. Without Rebellion, I can't imagine making a serious push toward modern success. I think it's that important. And for me, my path with the game right now has been to move back into Wild, and I'm playing as a human. I'm not using bots. I'm not using helpers, just playing by myself. I'm enjoying the process, and it's opening doors because I'm getting more opportunities to play more cards that I already have. That's more synergies, more complexity, more, thoughtfulness. And I like all that. And then simultaneously, where I do lack certain key cards to have the maximum sort of leaderboard success, I might, and so far have been able to augment that with rentals, because rentals in the Wild League are far cheaper. Strangely, at the Diamond League level, Champion League level, for whatever reason, key cards like Kitty, way cheaper than what they used to be. And I think to myself, okay, I'm willing to maybe throw my hat in and try and fight in Wild right now. I know I have to face bots. I know it's got its own issues and difficulties. I know I'm going to have to carry some, alphas and betas and whatnot that I might want to otherwise put on the land, but I haven't yet. And so I'm going to use them. I'm going to fight in Wild. I'm fighting in Wild right now because Rebellion, I don't have it. I can't get it. And I need to be patient. I'm not going to rush into cards like Grimbard and Smith at a moment where everyone is rushing. I'm going to wait until some of you stop caring about it. And I think that price kind of comes down a little. Or even if Grimbarden's price stays stable or goes up, I have an expectation and a path and an expectation that other tokens and values, such as some of my cards that I already have, or maybe SPS, will appreciate in its own radical way that will offset the gains of some of these amazing Rebellion cards like Grimbard and Smith, like Mantaroth, like some of those amazing summoners. Their prices spiked because we're all excited. But one, is their demand going to persist? Two, if SPS pumps, I don't even care if their demand persists because I will have more resources to throw at those cards. So I'm just saying patience, and I'm saying I'm willing to adapt by moving into Wild. It's something to think about if you are struggling in Modern. Think that through. Let's play a couple more matches. A Kane is one I'm trying to lock down, but I'm not going to rush into that one either. I'm going to be patient on these things. These Summoner Tactics cards, of course they're going to be powerful. Of course I want them. 12 mana. Is that possible? Can this work? I don't think so. It feels like a mistake. This is trying to fit a square peg into a round hole, guys. That's what that's called. Boom. Bloodlust. Boom. Boom, boom. Boom. Give it a shot. This is a square peg into a round hole. Let's see if it works. I do like what I'm seeing over here with his approach, and I got the Bloodluster over here. That armor is going to be annoying, but my Demoralize is nicely tucked away. Big miss. It's another big miss. I think we got this. Hate to see. Oh, that's nice, but they're still gonna kill me before I get slipped out of there. I need this thing to stay alive. If somehow he missed that one, yeah, now we're over. I'm still having, you see the smile on my face. I'm enjoying the process here. Wild is fun. I thought it might not be, but I'm having a blast. Go. And I'm not going to be rushed into card acquisition. I want to patiently wait as I wait on my other bags to appreciate so that I can have opportunities to make the right moves at the right times, not be, have my arm twisted into a position. Yes, these cards are amazing. Yes, these Rebellion cards are really powerful. Grim Smith is one of them, but it's not the only one. Some of these summoners are amazing. I think they're going to, again, with the summoners, I haven't seen them really hit their full stride, but I think they are going to be really impactful. A Kane, Avina, and again, I didn't fully articulate this point earlier. I talked about how I can now rent some of the most important cards for the Wild League, but I didn't make the point I meant to. I cannot rent some of these really important cards for the Modern League. That option just doesn't even exist. And that's part of why I want to make this move in the first place too, right? I want to have more cards, more options, more combinations, because that's more fun. But I don't have the access, because it's not even as if I could just come in here and rent them. So I guess what I'm saying, and maybe I'll finish it here as we watch this last battle, if we can watch this last battle. I'll pull up the Rebellion cards first. And if we look at the max Rebellion cards, in terms of what's even out there, 400, 200, like 300 DEC, these are big price tags. These are price points per day that I wouldn't expect to pay for the best card in Wild. Like I said, I rented a Byzantine Kitty for 400 DEC. That's the best summoner. Well, I don't know if I want to say that anymore, but it was the best summoner in the game, and it's among the best summoners. And it's essentially a normal price for any Rebellion card. Like, some of these Rebellion cards are underwhelming, to say the least, and yet their price tags just are huge. I'm not going to race after. I'm not going to chase that. And even if I could access these cards, I would rent them, but they're just not there to be rented, and they're too expensive to buy. So we go and we have fun in Wild. With the double swiftness, triple swiftness, Dr. Blight never touches me, I bet. I bet we're good. Should have brought a blind though. Blind is like my new favorite card, by the way. My new favorite ability. He brought a tank heal. I want to nuke this guy before he gets the tank heal off, because that magic reflect is really oof. Come on, I need Dr. Blight to miss. That's a huge miss, because if he poisoned, afflicted, well, poison in particular. The amp and the magic reflect, pretty serious. He's going to kill me, isn't he? Yep. That's too bad. The amp, magic reflect with amp is so nasty. Okay, we at least got through him. And now I think we're still okay, because our speed, as long as Dr. Blight doesn't poison me right now. If we, oh, no poison. He hits, but he didn't poison. That's probably all we needed. Yeah, now we're cooking with fire. Amazing. Amazing. It was a little hairy there for a second. Like, I'm still having fun. This is so much fun. I love it. If you're not having fun right now because Modern feels difficult, burdensome, because you don't have the Rebellion cards you want and you can't get them, come back to Wild, give it a shot. I'm having fun over here. Thanks so much for your time and attention, guys. Have an amazing day. God bless.